All right, guys. Well, welcome to our team call. Every 6 weeks, Sandra and I are going to host a full team call and just kind of whatever's going on at the time, get you guys updated and informed about what we're doing, what we're working on, what's going on with the company. It just so happened that this was already scheduled in our calendar because 6 weeks ago is our last call. And we just returned from Isagenix University. There were about 11 total people there from Team Break Free, so that was great for a small event. And it was actually a lot of us. It was our first Isagenix University, and from what I've heard is they've been changing that event up a bit. So I thought it was great. We're going to share some of our biggest takeaways with you guys. But first, I want to talk about events in general, and I want to really urge anybody who's serious about making an income to book your tickets to NYKO, New Year Kickoff. It's January, I want to say 9th through 12th, January 9th through 12th. And it really, truly kicks off the new year and for your business. So if you are even doing this very part-time, but you want to make an income more than just a couple $100s a month, you need to get to events. Once you get to one, you'll understand why we preach this all the time. You really want to understand that the events are the way that the company can connect with the associates, you guys. And if we're not connected with where the company's headed and we don't know what's going on and we're not keeping up with all the skills and the new things, then how serious can we be about our business? It's also super fun. We all get together. So please, if you're anywhere near serious, you've got to start thinking about getting to that event. Also, we're going to have a special maybe day out. We're working on a spa day in Scottsdale, Arizona for our team's executives. So here's how you guys get to earn that. If you are already an executive, you are more than welcome, come join in with us. We're really working right now on the details. So I can't promise anything because I have to call around on the spas, and with so many people and booking appointments and not knowing the exact numbers, things may change, but this is what we're planning. To get there a day before the general session event starts and have our executive day and spend the day at the spa. So any executive on Team Break Free, we invite you to come. And if you are an active paid as executive at least 3 out of the 4 weeks in December, then Sandra and I will be treating your spa treatment. If you are a new executive, hit executive in time, then we will treat your spa treatment.
Welcome aboard your American flight. Please place
just joined in and we're not muted.
in an
Sorry.
overhead
Find out what
compartment
it is.
or under the seat in front of you. Small, lightweight
Got her. Sorry about that. Oh, no.
If you need assistance,
Okay, got her. Oh, sorry. I thought everybody was supposed to be muted when they came in. Anyway, back to that. So for you guys who are executives already, multitasking at its best here. For you guys who are executives already, if you already were treated at Nashville, we want you to come. You're an executive. You should be at this. And we'll treat your spa service if you are paid as executive. Does that make sense? Paid as executive, 3 of the 4 weeks in December. So if you're gunning for executive, this is a good incentive. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And, Sandra and I don't have to do that extra stuff, but we really, really, really love our team. We want to give back and really spoil those of you who are getting up in the ranks. So I'm just going to quickly start and give you guys just a couple of my personal takeaways. A lot of the event, I will tell you that we already are teaching you. Like, we are sharing this with you. This is how we're guiding you. So as a leader, I feel really good about how we're leading the team, because it's really confirming that what we're doing is what the top leaders that are training us on stage are also doing. So that is awesome as a leader to see that. I thought the event was great, especially for new people starting out. The first day was a lot of just basic information, and it's a smaller event, so you can really get some hands-on attention and some training with that. And then the second day, we had 3 separate what they called boot camps. And I'm going to just share part of what I got out of a takeaway because I know other people are going to share. But I absolutely love Kathy Savage. I mean, I already loved her, but I'm just telling you, she just really speaks to me. She gets to the point. She's real. She doesn't play around, but she's super funny. So I don't think it comes off mean at all. I think it comes off strong, confident, and she's super entertaining. But I wanted to share some of the takeaways I got. And actually, I went through some of my notes, and she was the person I took the least amount of notes because I was so drawn in listening to her that I wasn't even stopping to write things down. But I know one thing she definitely talked about that I felt was really compelling and actually kind of almost like duh, was don't overthink who you're talking to. She said, who do you know who eats? That's it. Don't think it has to be X, Y, and Z when you're sharing and connecting to people. Who eats? Who do you know who eats? Who do you meet who eats? And unless it's like a caveman or somebody, third world country or something like that, she said it's pretty much everyone. So in other words, don't overthink who you're going to connect to and just share the nutrition. Who do you know who eats? And then tell them about your nutrition. You know what, guys, you're not going to know unless you talk to everybody, right? And we can't get worried about the no's or the rejection. We just have to talk to everyone. In fact, she gave an example about Aaron Hairston, who was competing in a fitness challenge, and he's a former athlete, and he got really fit and everything, and he used the Isogenics products for his competition, and he was just super excited all the time, and he just was so excited and so much positive energy. And just like, life is great. I'm so happy. I feel so great. What nutrition are you using? And that's honestly how he got started and enrolling people, because he was so happy with how he felt and how his body looked and how confident he was that he started to talk about it. And so if you're new and you're experiencing these products for the first time, I almost feel like that's the approach that's the easiest. Just be so excited. Don't overthink it. Who can you share this with? Your excitement is what people will be drawn to. You don't need to know everything about it. You just need to be excited and share and talk about it and talk about why you're so excited. So that was a really great takeaway. Because sometimes we think, all right, who do you know who uses protein? Who do you know who needs to lose weight? Who do we know that wants more energy? Who do you know who eats? Make it that simple. You should be talking to so many people every day when you think of it that way. So that was a big takeaway. The other thing she talked about, and actually her boot camp was called, was a culture of executives. And I know we've already talked about this, and it's going to be a different pace for everybody. But what she said that I thought was very compelling was that if you have an CEO mindset, and she asked us to raise our hand if we had a CEO mindset, then that getting to executive is the only way. If you have a CEO mindset, you need to focus on getting to executive first. Get yourself to executive as your first goal. And then you look in where you need to cycle. She said, if you're chasing cycles, you have an employee mindset, because you're basically, she put it like, it's like having a bank where you withdraw from, but you don't deposit into, because you're not looking at the long-term future. So I thought that was great. And she shared how you can create the culture of executives by taking each person, helping them get to manager, celebrating everybody we already do that. We already celebrate the new consultants when you sign your first person, when you hit manager. But that's how you're going to get to executive, is by helping somebody get to manager and then showing them how to help their people, and so forth and so on. No matter how long it takes, that needs to be the goal if you have a CEO mindset. So those were kind of my biggest takeaways from Kathy, and just how she just tells everybody about her vision. And when she tells them, what she says is, look, I have you enrolled. I'm super excited for you to start these products. You also have an account within my organization. And my organization is growing because I'm growing it. It's like real estate. It's like having, great real estate. This is future money here for you. So let me show you how you can utilize what you have access to. And she shows them. And whether they share or not, it's up to them. But she shows them, everybody that she enrolls, she shows them what they need to do at least to get that first initial $900 and hitting manager. And I thought that was great because I know sometimes we don't always share with everybody and share that up front. So that was my some of my biggest takeaways. I'm going to turn it over to see if anybody else. Sandra, did you want to share first, or do you want to see if maybe there's some people that were at that event, maybe a first time? Was there anybody there on the call that was never at an event before?
I'm here.
Oh, hey. Hey,
Hey.
Dom.
Hi,
Hey.
Dominique.
Hey.
Hey, Dom. Do you want to share as a first-time event goer? And you guys, Dominique, she's my hair girl. My amazing color comes from her, and she works so hard and has a little baby who's almost 2, I believe, at home. And she last minute, I think she booked her flight to Chicago before she even talked to me about that she was officially going. So, I asked her if she would share today. Those of you that have never been to an event, hopefully, we can only say it so much, but maybe hearing from somebody else new might convince you to book that flight to Phoenix. So Dominique, can you share with us your biggest takeaways or what you thought the event did for you?
I definitely have to agree with Gina. Kathy Savage, she's a beast. Like, out of all of the people, I mean, they're all fabulous. And whoever you see, if you go to one of these events, you'll like all of them. But Kathy Savage for me was most like my personality. So I feel like they really take the time to know what kind of trainers that they have to be able to touch everybody out there of all the different kind of personalities you have. But Kathy Savage made me understand this a lot better and simplified it to me, because before I went to the event, I was overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, like I don't understand cycles, just the like a lot of some of the comp plan. But she, when I sat in her boot camp, was basically like, listen, just don't worry about that. Just talk to people who eat, which is everybody, obviously. But focus on your 5, and just basically breaking it down into those simple principles made it easier for me to wrap my mind around it a little bit better. The energy in the room is amazing. You really see that there is an Isagenix community. I was really skeptical about that. I mean, the whole event for me, I don't mean to say this in a negative way, but it was very uncomfortable for me because it was just a lot of everything all at once, and way more positivity than I'm used to seeing at anything I've ever seen before. So for me, that was, pretty intense. But it was nice that they recognized our leaders. They just keep, giving recognition to the people that are working for them, which also helps them give us recognition so that everybody keeps growing. So it's it was just really, really empowering, especially most of the people in the room were women. And for me, that's a big deal. These people are making, $50,000, $60,000 a month. And you kind of just ask yourself, like, what are they doing, or what do they have that I don't? And the answer is nothing. Nothing. There's no guideline to be able to do what they're doing, except hard work, which most of us do already. And I kind of realized this, I guess the other day. I'm sorry if I'm babbling. But I built my business from when I was 19 years old. I'm 33, and it was so hard. And I basically had to beg people to let me do their hair. And eventually I was able to stop doing that. And the demand for me got higher and higher and higher. And now I don't have to do that anymore. So I have residual clients, but I don't have residual income. So if I could do that and beg people to trust me with the hair on their head, then it can't be harder than that. So I guess overthinking it is just going to be something that I can't do anymore. And that going to this event, if you haven't been to one, go to one. I want to try to go to the one in January if my schedule permits. But I mean, it was definitely worth every minute, every penny. The girls that I met there are people that I probably would have never talked to in my entire life. And I feel like I had instant connections with these people and learned about them and hope to get to know them more. So just that alone was just worth it. So that's it.
Thank you. Yeah, we were doing, she was doing makeup for everybody. We were giving massages to people. I mean, it was BFFs from the moment we got there. Thank you, Dom. And thank you for coming and for trusting me when I said get to an event. Gina, is there anybody else? I don't know. Besides Jan, was there anybody else? Any other new people?
This is Sarah, and I am on.
Oh, hey, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, hey.
Yes, Sarah Tierney. Hey, I'm not sure if my picture's showing up because I still have to figure that out, and I'm currently in my vehicle driving my kids around. So if I get cut off, that's why. But I will just keep this brief, but I echo like everything. As a first timer, I was overwhelmed by the number of people who I felt were there who were kind of just like me and had a lot of the same concerns that I had starting out, such as, you know, when people say no, kind of like, don't take it personally, just move on to the next person. And I really got hung up with that at the start. It's like people who would start and then stop, that there's some natural attrition, or that people who would say no. I struggle getting past that. And after this event, you know, we heard stories of people having the same thing, or people would, you know, meet somebody and, you know, Emily was like, and then they'd have the balls not to show up. Like, we set up this meeting and they wouldn't show up. And, you know, just all these things are not unique to me. They're just kind of what everybody goes through. So it was very comforting to hear that and just kind of hear, you know, be excited. And the other thing that was really resonated with me is that this is a company of integrity. I truly felt, and I wrote down on like page 3 of my notes, this is a company who cares as much about their people as they do about their product. And I feel that is something that is very difficult to find in today's world anywhere. Some place or some company that cares about the people who are part of it as much as what they're trying to promote. So that really resonated with me as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, those are my main takeaways.
Thank you. And, you know, just to kind of piggyback on that really quickly, with the rejection, I was thinking about it today, actually, when I was talking to somebody. And the funny thing about it is that it is actually more costly to not share Isagenix with somebody who could say yes, right, than to share it with somebody that's going to say no. So when you think about rejection, rather than thinking, I'm getting no's, I'm getting rejected, think of it as practice. So if you either practice or you get the person excited and they're ready to start. So that means that you really never lose. You either learn or you win. And if we think about that, and we know that even Emily Vavra shared some of her, that even now to this day, those top leaders making $1 million a year and people aren't interested. So it's not really nothing to take personal. So I love that. Thank you guys for sharing. Is anybody else seeing Sandra frozen? Because Sandra, are you there? It looks like your thing got frozen.
Sorry. Hello?
Oh, there you are. Okay. Your face was frozen on my screen.
It was frozen on me too, so I didn't know if I was frozen or if you guys were frozen. Is it my turn?
Yeah, I think that's good. I think you guys for sharing that, for you're sharing your first experience.
Yes, and you know, I have to agree. I've been to many, many events. Every time I go to an event, I come back with something different, which is why I'm leaving in a few weeks. I think 3 weeks now, to Washington State, you know, to go to University in Action. If you live on the West Coast, or gosh, I don't care where you live. I live on the East Coast and I'm flying there. And if you are afraid of no's, get to University in Action. You will never be afraid of a no ever again. Period, end of story. In 2.5 days, you will not care for the no's, and that's how you really grow your business. But as Gina was saying, yeah, Emily Vavra still gets no's, you guys. So come on, and she makes over $2 million a year. Okay, I guess I'll give my takeaways first. God, there's so many. One that I loved, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was Kathy Savage, maybe, that said, your story is your business. You know, Gina and I were not trained when we got started. I for 2 years, wasn't trying to make any money, but I don't know. I should go back to see how many people I enrolled. All I did was share my story. I never knew about what was in the products. I didn't care if it was Undenatured Whey, really. I didn't really care, to be honest with you. I just told people how great I felt, what I felt like before, and how amazing I feel. And that got me quite a few enrollments for those 2 years. So when we give you scripts, and I love how they call it guidelines. I was a script writer in my former job, just so you guys know. I'm a words girl, so I still call them scripts, but they really are guidelines. And even in my past job, I would give scripts to my team and I'd say, guys, make it your own. Make it your own. Just, this is the gist of what we want you to say. And it's very similar to what we do now. And it's similar to what Isagenix gives us. They give us the say, share, do scripting, but they don't want us to be a copy and paste. They don't want you to copy and paste. It needs to be your own story. It needs to be your adjectives. This is how I felt before. This is how I feel now. And now I'm excited because. So if you have not created your 30-second story, go into isagenixbusiness.com and find the template there, but you have to make it your own. And really finding other people's pain points, letting them know that you can relate, or you know somebody that is going through what they went through and now they are this, is really all that it takes. But your story is your business, and that's what's going to make you money. And that's what's going to help others, you relating and you sharing that story. So I love that. And I can't not share about Carla Italiano, who is a 4-star, and she did one of the keynotes. And, she talked about how she was a product user for 6 years. 6 years. And her husband made good money. She's a former engineer. She was staying home to be with the mom to her 3 little girls. And it was the fact that they could not afford the expensive school that they wanted their girls to go to. And she decided, okay, I'm going to start sharing this because I want to afford this school. And she talked about how in her first 30 days, her first month, she talked to 30 people. And all of them except for one said no. All of them but one said no. And the one that said yes returned her products. And she says she could have stopped because, it wasn't working. Everybody was saying no, but she kept going because her daughters deserved to go to that school that they wanted them to go to. And so she kept going, and she ended up climbing the ranks, becoming a 6-figure earner. She went to President's Quest the year before me. I met her in Banff 2 years ago. And then she talked about how last year one of her daughters was diagnosed with leukemia. And thankfully, she had this Isagenix residual income so that she could be at her daughter's bedside. It's, a terrible, horrible, sad story. And she's okay now. The daughter is okay now. Let me just start by saying that. But, you hear these stories, and she said, what if I would have just settled and said, you know what? Everybody's saying no. The girls can go to a cheaper school or a free school, public school. What if she was able to be at her daughter's bedside and still get paid every Monday? That's why we do what we do. That is why you do not shut up about this. It is not your call. It makes me angry because so many people are so scared to post on social media, and they're so scared about what unhappy people think. And then there's somebody out there who's praying for a solution. There's somebody out there like me. I was praying for a solution and I let it go for 2 years. But what if Gina wouldn't have posted on Facebook that day? I still bring it up. What if that person didn't tell Carla Italiano that there was a way to make money? So you guys, you have to get yourselves out of the equation, and you have to take the end out of the equation. Commit to the process. Commit to sharing your story with more people. Commit to helping others. How many people am I going to help today? How many people am I going to share my Isagenix story with today? Don't focus on the enrollments. Don't focus on the ranks. Yes, it's good to have goals. I'm a goal-oriented person too. But in the day-to-day, focus on how many people I'm going to share this story with. How many calls am I going to make? How many presentations? Emily Vavra gave us a goal, not connections. If you're on my Run to Executive group, I'm like 10 connections a day, 10 connections a day. She said she challenges all of us to do 30 presentations in 30 days. And a presentation is getting people on a call, getting people on a Zoom, getting your coach on a 3-way call with somebody, telling somebody about this amazing nutrition and this opportunity, both. Always both. Always both. And the way Emily does it is amazing, where she says to somebody, listen, I know you're here to hear about the nutrition, and that's great, but I'm obligated to tell you that I can help you get your products paid for. I can help you make $900 within the next 60 days. And you have this position in my tree, and I'm going for this. And here's my vision. Cast your vision. They can still say no. That's okay. But who are you to judge whether that person wants to make money, wants to make an extra $100 a month, $200 a month, wants to quit their job to be home with their kids? It's not your call. It's not. So everybody at the event, every leader talked about how they share both the products and the opportunity. And you can say, I won't bring up the opportunity again, but I'm going to tell you this. So that's what I took away from it. Okay. Did I forget anything else? Gina, was there anything else I missed?
As far as sharing, I think that was great. I really think we try so hard to share, but you guys, I mean, you just have to get to events and feel the energy and hear from corporate and see where we're headed. I mean, you get so excited to be partnered with this company, you know, and it's so true what Sandra said. It's not about you, because you can change somebody else's life. So maybe you just might want some money to pay for your products because you have, you know, millions in the bank already or whatever, but you can maybe help somebody else. And if you're not going to be able to step up and be that leader to them, maybe you could just refer them to somebody in the upline. If that's not your thing, that you want to create a big team, that's okay. But just know this is a gift. So even if you want to get your products paid for, you've got to kind of let your sponsor know so that you're really truly serving the people you bring in properly. And then Sandra, do you want to announce what our upcoming campaign is going to be in a couple weeks?
Yes. So the last 2 years, we've done the Little Black Dress, project. And I remember that first year I enrolled 10 people in October. So many women. I know this is kind of for the women. You could, you know, not gonna lie, it's a little gender specific there. You can call it Little Black business suit. I don't know, black tuxedo. But so many women are uncomfortable around the holidays fitting into that little black dress. And so we, over the last 2 years, have promoted this campaign. It's a lot of fun. You can take a photo of yourself holding up your little black dress to promote it. And so we want to start the Little Black Dress Project October 15th. So we want to start promoting it October 1st through the 14th. You want to promote it. That gives you, well, actually the 1st through the 10th, so that they get their products in time. You want to make sure that your current customers know about it. We'll be coaching once again through Finish Fit. We'll decide if we want to start with an 11-day, but I think that we should also promote it as not only fit into your little black dress, but make some extra cash for the holidays. Again, we as a team, we want to follow the Isagenix, the new model, or it's really the old model that they've kind of gone away from and they're coming back to, and that's doing both. Showing people that they can get healthy and make some extra cash, or get healthy for free. All right, so we're gonna be telling you more about that as the time comes, but just be prepared. We'll be promoting the Little Black Dress. Gina, if you're gonna be on that one with me again, hopefully so. I will be hosting it, so please invite your friends, your prospects to that.
Hey, Sandra, can you repeat that date? Because it froze for me, so I just heard you say.
Sorry, October 4th is the Health and Wealth. Yep. And then the following Monday, a lot of you guys were on my new member training, so I'm going to do another one of those the Monday following. So the idea is people enroll on the 4th, and then that following Monday, they get their first training on the comp plan, how it works, how to get started, how to connect with people, what to post on social media for your first post. The goal is we're going to do this every month, you guys. And if we're getting tons of people on these calls, I'll do this every week. All right. My goal also next month is to do a how to get to consultant call, or how to get to manager call. We want to start doing those as well, helping people create consultants. We want to give you guys all the tools possible to build your teams. So you let us know what good ideas would be for calls, and we will do them. Okay. Tomorrow, Jessica Johnston. So Isagenix is also doing Ideal Life calls, very similar to what Gina and I did about the opportunity and the nutrition, but more focused on the opportunity. And Jessica Johnston, I think, is going to be on tomorrow's. They're at noon and I want to say noon and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So double check that. But it's isogenicszoom.com. So if you have somebody that's interested in the opportunity and you don't want to wait until the October 4th, you don't want to wait. Get them on a 3-way call or something before then, but you can invite them onto that one. Jessica Johnston, and that's a corporate call. There's one tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. So pick and choose which one you want to jump on. Definitely jump on these. They just give you a lot of different ways. As Dom said, they always have different personalities. So you might relate well to Jessica Johnston. You might not. You might relate better to, I think, Hayden Vavra is going to do the one on Thursday. He was amazing, by the way, you guys. We always give Emily credit, and Hayden is such a great male representative from Isogenics. He's just awesome. So he's going to do the Thursday night call. So if you have a guy that's looking into the opportunity, he's a man's man, like hunting, watching football. Emily made a point to say that.
We know he likes sports.
We know he likes sports, and he's kind of lazy on Mondays, is what she basically said. But so that would be a good call. And so Little Black Dress, 30 and 30. Dash to Disney is still going on, you guys. So focus on those enrollments and getting them to enroll people. Remember, you get 3 times the points for your 2 PET. So definitely focus on Dash to Disney and still focus. They're coming out with something big in January. They gave us another hint. And what you're doing now is going to count towards it. So you want to be a step ahead. So make sure you are enrolling business builders. And I hate using the word business builder, but people that are willing to share and get their products for free or more. Make sure you're enrolling those between now and January. And that's it from me.
Yeah. So just to piggyback that, the goal is 15 enrollments from now to the end of the year. There's 15 weeks left when they announced it, and it's going to set you up for success for January. So put it on your vision boards, on your whiteboards that you have in your office, wherever you can, and number 1 to 15. And as Kathy Coover says, for the love of God, share the opportunity with everyone you enroll. So don't just bring them in and put them on the products and don't say anything. Bring them in. You've got to share both. The products is the business is the products, guys. We've got to keep that in mind, okay? Let me see if there's any questions. So the enrollments only count as like business enrollments? We have no idea. I think it's enrollments, but I think it's feeding off of maybe, I have no clue. Actually, I can't even speak to that.
I don't think that it's like I think that it's not a number you have to hit. It's not like you have to hit 15. It's just what they're giving us a challenge, because as you guys know, Leader in Action, if you want to be successful, follow that Leader in Action recipe, which is 5 enrollments minimum per month and rank advancing your people. That's, focus on that. And so they're telling us 15 because there's 3 months left in the year. I don't think it's like a question of enrollments counting. They just want you to have a lot of business builders in your business, because something is going to happen in January. I don't know if they're going to give us more points for 2 PET, 3, I don't know, something like that. So make sure you are enrolling people interested in the business now. If you're not focused on this business, if you're not promoting, if you're not talking about, how you're making extra money, the beauty of residual income, start doing it. Is Amy Wilson on this call? She had me on a 3-way today, and it was awesome. She did a post last night on working from home, and her friend decided this weekend her kids are going off to college. Her youngest 2 are driving to school, and she feels that she wants to be fulfilled. And she wrote down criteria this weekend on a job that she would like to get. And then she saw Amy's post. It was like Amy answered her prayers.
Wow,
we got her.
that's awesome.
It's amazing. What if Amy didn't post that?
Amazing.
So don't be afraid to post, even if you just make $50 in a week. That's $50 more than you had yesterday. Post about it. $50 a week for many people is amazing. A lot of people, that could change their lives. An extra $100 a week, $200. I mean, it could be life-changing. So you don't have to be a 6-figure earner to be posting about. Now, I don't want you to lie and say you have financial freedom if you're only cycling once a week. Don't do that. But talk about, how you were able to buy this because because you're sharing something that you love. People need to see that. So anyway, sorry, Gina, I interrupted you and got fired up again.
No, that was perfect.
I'm muting myself. Sorry.
No, I think that was great. And I'm thinking announcements. So just really get crystal clear right now. I think the Little Black Dress and the opportunity call that we're hosting is going to really help drive up those enrollments. think about who you want to connect with now, so that you're connecting genuinely now, so that you're not just like, hey, want to do a little black dress. So this week, actually, I'm going to put a challenge out there. Everybody, including me, Sandra, everybody on the team, everybody this week, we're going to focus on reaching out, connecting, stirring up conversations with people. And social media is great. We want to use social media, but also in your neighborhood, your mom groups, church, wherever you go. Let's connect like crazy this week, because next week we want people to see what we're doing with the Little Black Dress project. And that's a good time to reach out. And they don't think that, oh, you're just reaching out for seeing about this. You're already connected. How are your kids? How's everything going? So this week is connecting. And then next week we'll start after the 1st to the 10th, we're going to really start focusing on enrolling those people to get their packs in time to start. The other thing really quickly is if you have existing clients that are not ordering, the Little Black Dress is an amazing way to reignite them. It worked last year and the year before very well. A lot of the customers who have accounts, who have been zero BV for a while, will order again for this Little Black Dress, you guys. And we do it like the holidays. We want to indulge. We want to enjoy. We can be very flexible. It doesn't have to be super strict, but where they're able to look good for the holidays, not just continue to gain weight throughout. So that's our mission. It really honestly works, guys. So, all right. Also, we do hold up pictures of ourselves, holding a little black dress and things like that. But if anybody wants to have a fresh graphic and they're great at graphics and they want to take that on, please let us know. Otherwise, I'll look to see what I've done in the past. Okay, we got it. Reagan.
Hey, Reagan.
And Shannon. All right, so if you guys.
The younger people know how to do that stuff, Gina.
I know. I mean, I know how to do it, but I really love the help, guys. I really, really do. And you guys probably know a lot more about the images and things like that than I do. So thank you, both of you, for volunteering. And I think that's it. Let's wrap it up. Get a good night's rest. And
somebody asked a question. Free enrollment. Guys, Little Black Dress is our Team Break Free exclusive campaign. This is not Isogenics campaign. So yeah. Maybe there'll be free enrollment. Maybe this is ours, our own personal team campaign to get people to enroll before the holidays.
Yeah. And actually, I want to tell you something about free enrollment. Premium pack and the value pack. Free enrollment. That's what I tell people. Oh, are there any specials? Are there any of this? Yeah, we have free enrollment with the premium pack and with the value pack. We have a custom pack. You get a $50 voucher. It's always got that way. But if people are, hard up for a discount, which I know sometimes people are, that's how you just word it. Okay. I didn't mean to say hard up. That didn't sound right. Sorry. But you know what I mean. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Little Black Dress coming up. Remember, connect like crazy this week. Focus, get something. If you guys don't have the numbers 1 through 15 numbered somewhere, you've got to do that. You've got to think about it every day. New Year kickoff, please don't just say, I don't think I'll go. Please look into it. It's life-changing. You will not regret it. If you are already, have been to events and you want to be a leader, leaders go to events, period. So leaders go to events, and then if you're new, you want to go to an event to learn. Okay, I don't know if I'm frozen over here, but everybody else is frozen. So,
but yes, get to events, you guys, and just so you know, NYKO does truly sell out. So I need to buy my ticket. I just remembered. I have to buy mine. But you also want to book your hotel now so that you're at the hotel that's near the convention center. And those of you that are executives, or man, if it was me, I'd be manifesting that, and I would book my flight 2 days before the event because I'm getting to executive. If you're not an executive yet, that's the kind of mindset you should have. I'm going to book my flight 2 days before. I'm going to book a hotel room 2 days before because I am going to be in Scottsdale with the other executives. And this is for guys too, Sean. You can be at our spa day. Sean is so close. He likes getting.
Yeah, who doesn't like a massage?
Right. It's for guys too.
Yeah.
The men were asking, yes, you guys also can be, get.
I mean, if you're one guy with all of these amazing women on Team Break Free, I don't know, your Instagram and Facebook pictures really going to get some attention. You might start enrolling a lot of men after that.
Everybody's going to want to do what he does. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Any other feedback or questions, anybody?
Looks good. I'm reading just lots of great comments there.
I have something to add. Take me about 30 seconds.
Go, Emily. Yay.
Hey guys. So it was an incredible honor to be on stage. I was literally turned to Jan saying, commenting on how amazing it is that Alvy's, transforming his health and has, gone through this whole process and recovery. And then, everyone yells, Emily! So that was a total shock. But what I wanted to come on to say was I listened to a podcast the other day, and it was James McLeod saying, he was getting some mentorship from, oh goodness, now I'm going to blank, the Cepedas, Herb Cepeda. And he's, sitting there and he's got his notebook and he's ready, and Herb said, okay, there are 3 keys to growing your business. And so he's like, okay, I'm ready. And he's ready to write it down. And Herb said, get to the events. There's 4 core events with Isogenics. Get to the events. He's like, okay. He writes it down. He said, plug into your team. So be on your team calls, do what your team is telling you to do, listen to what they're recommending, get on team calls, go do these rallies that you do. Okay. So he writes that down. Okay. And then the third thing he said is be here in 2 years. So basically go to events, plug into your team, and keep doing it no matter what. So no matter the no's, no matter the rejection, no matter the naysayers, I've shared privately with some people, but I don't have a whole lot of support from my family. I have a college degree, I have a master's degree. They think I should be, in the clinic treating patients. But, I keep doing what I'm doing because I know this is my path to financial freedom and to time freedom. So, no matter what, keep doing what you're doing. Just keep moving forward. If you get a no, it's a not right now. And you just keep moving on. Next. Who's next? Who can I serve? Who can I bless? So I just thought that was super powerful. Just 3 simple concepts. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah. Getting to events for sure and not quitting. Yeah. And that's from one of the top incomers that makes 7 figures a year. So listen to them. We're not just making it up when we say get to events. And like Dominique said, even just being with the team and meeting, the new people, and there's just no words for it. But yeah, I have to say one of my proudest moments was them, they're like, okay, these are the top 15 leadership pool earners. And I hear Emily Lucius and I'm like, what? And I see Emily's giant face and I turn around and she's like talking and I'm like, Emily, I screamed. And then I'm like, does anybody have their camera? And I ran up to go get a picture and then they called my name and then Gina ran up to take a picture of us and then they called hers. 3 out of the 15 were from Team Break for you guys. But the proudest moment for me was watching Emily go up there. So I'm so proud of you.
Yes. Thanks for that share too. That was awesome.
All right, guys.
So in 6 weeks, we'll do another full team call. Until then, your direct leaders in your group probably have some calls and things going on. And stay tuned. But again, remember, connect this week, guys. Lots of connections. That's all. Bye, everybody.